from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is Friday, April 26th, better known as Battle of Flowers Friday.
And thanks for being with us this morning. We are all dressed up, ready for that.
It is a big day today. We're getting ready for the Battle of Flowers Parade in just a few hours. We're going to have previews all morning long right here on GMSA.
Yeah, also today, most offices are closed for Fiesta, San Jacinto Day, and Battle of the Flowers. Public safety and emergency services will remain in operation. The full list of what is open and closed is on KSAT.com right now. And let's check out what the weather's going to be like today. People are wondering, should I bring an umbrella?
Yep, the forecast, very important. I would say take it with you just to be on the safe side, or a rain poncho. Patchy drizzle is a given, but we also will be monitoring through about 9 to 10 a.m. for the potential to see maybe a few showers to a stray rumble pop up somewhere near the vicinity of San Antonio. And the reason being is the humidity in place. You are going to feel it the second you step outdoors this morning. Take a look at our dew points, very much in that muggy to even oppressive range in spots, upper 60s, low 70s. So yes, it is a very, very humid start to this Battle of Flowers Friday. Take a look at temperatures, well above average for this time of year by at least 10 to even 15 degrees in spots. 74 right now here in the Alamo City officially. 72 in Bulverde, at 75 up by 35 in New Braunfels, 73 over in Hondo, stretching over to Uvalde. We will be monitoring for some patchy drizzle, just overall dampness over the next couple of hours because of all of that moisture in place. Right now, pretty quiet when it comes to your authority radar across south central Texas, but notice there are some showers and a few stray rumbles already up and running across portions of the hill country approaching the junction area well north of our viewing area. We're going to monitor to see if the tail end of that could potentially move into parts of the hill country in south central Texas. Right now, we're going to call it about a 30% potential, again, for a few showers, generally through about 10 a.m. Into lunchtime, a few peaks of sunshine possible, even into the afternoon. High temperatures climbing into the mid 80s. All right, into the weekend, we will be monitoring for some increasing storm chances. We're going to detail that in just a bit. But first, sending things back over to you guys for a look at how the road.
Yeah, let's check out what TransGuide. Of course, a lot of offices are closed. A lot of people staying home, getting ready for the Battle of Flowers Parade, which means there shouldn't be that much traffic on the road. But look at it. It's already 5 o'clock, and there is some traffic on the road, but no accidents to report as we speak, although traffic will probably pick up, I don't know, about 9 o'clock when people are headed downtown.
I know where those people are going right now, getting ready for the parade. And this weekend, there is also more delays on the northwest side due to construction.
Yeah, this morning, RJ Marquez gives us an update on what you can expect near 1604 and I-10.
Well, it's another weekend and another round of major closures on the far northwest side. We, of course, are talking about the Loop 1604 North Expansion Project. So let's talk about what things are going to be closed out here for our drivers in this area. Basically, 1604 east and westbound lanes at the I-10 interchange, that's going to be completely shut down throughout the entire weekend. So basically, you're not going to be able to get through any parts of 1604 anywhere in between Vance Jackson to La Cantera Parkway. You're going to have to go through several detours all the way up to the rim and coming back around to La Cantera Parkway, down to UTSA Boulevard, and come back around to Vance Jackson. That includes the 4 Cloverleafs, which will also be closed throughout the duration of the weekend here. One bit of change from last weekend's major closure is that last weekend we had I-10 open in both directions, and this time a little bit of a change here. So I-10 East will actually have the left main lane that will be shut down throughout the entire duration of this closure. So keep that in mind. Now I-10 westbound, you're still going to be able to get through there, but again, if you're going anywhere from I-10 to 1604, you're just not going to be able to do it in this interchange area. Again, these closures are expected to last throughout the weekend, weather permitting, and everything expected to reopen at 5 a.m. They are installing new beams for one of the flyover ramps there that's expected to clear up a lot of congestion in hopefully the near future. If you need more information on this closure, head over to KSAT.com. Have a good one, everybody.
New this morning, San Antonio police say a man is dead after he was shot while trying to leave a south side parking lot. It happened around midnight in the 100 block of Topeka. That's near South Presa. Police say the man was leaving an indoor basketball court when someone shot him several times and killed him in that parking lot. SAPD says the only suspect information right now is that the shooter got away in a sedan. The victim in his 20s.
This morning, a program meant to curb assault at the Central Library will soon be evaluated. Last fall, the library's Board of Trustees greenlit a pilot program to have San Antonio police at the downtown campus part-time. Now, it's been in place for nearly 6 months, and opponents have protested the police presence. They say it intimidates communities who rely on the library as a resource, but one librarian assistant who was attacked by a patron says the program gives him a sense of security.
I think a lot of people were saying, and I keep hearing it, that libraries are a safe place for minorities. Well, this minority got kicked in the face, and I'm working to help the people that are saying it's a safe place for them.
And the library says it will work with UTSA to analyze how well the program works and look at feedback from the community as well. Civic Park downtown is sitting empty right now, but crowds are expected to pack it later today for day 2 of La Semana Alegre.
Probably packed last night. Remember, this is the revival of the concert series, and it has been nearly 30 years since the last one. Our Avery Everett and photojournalist Matthew Craig were there last night as bands took the stage on opening night.
It's a memory and it's part of our DNA. And this is now version 2.
You've been to La Semana Alegre before?
Yes, many times before.
How are y'all doing today? Good? Nice.
It was one of my favorite ones also. And also eating a lot of the food that they had. And of course the beer drinking.
When you heard that it was coming back this year, what was your initial reaction?
Oh my God, we couldn't wait to come back.
What was La Semana like back in the 80s and the 90s?
It was a lot like Nyota. It was rowdy and the people were just having fun, dancing a lot.
And the location for La Semana.
Y'all stick around for Lonely Horse.
It is just so beautiful.
What does it feel like to be standing here right now?
It's just unbelievable.
The food, the music, and all the gatherings and the family, it's just wonderful.
Fiesta's one big party in the city.
It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be one great fiesta. Viva Fiesta!
Looked like they were having some fun last night. So day 2 of La Semana will kick off here in just a couple of hours.
And you're probably wondering who's performing tonight. The full list of performances is on KSAT.com.
Before all that happens, though, one of the biggest and most celebrated shows during all of Fiesta.
Yeah, the Battle of the Flowers Band Festival did not disappoint last night. Dozens of local high school marching bands performing for the fans underneath the bright lights of Alamo Stadium. Now, these kids put in a ton of hours at practice to perfect their marching shows. And here are the official winners of the 2024 Battle of the Flowers Association Band Festival. In category 3A and below, the first place band award went to Central Catholic High School. Second place band award, Cole High School. In category 4A, first place band award, Navarro High School in Seguin. Second place band award, Bandera High School. Congratulations to them.
In category 5A, first place, Jefferson High School. Second place, McCullum High School. And in category 6A, the first place went to Churchill. Second place, Harlan High School.
And the Spirit Award went to Pott High School. The Chairman's Award for the most crowd-pleasing performance went to Clark High School.
All right, if you're not tired of bands, want to see some more bands, all you got to do is check out the Battle of Flowers. There's going to be plenty of them, and there's still tickets available for that big parade.
All you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen to buy your tickets. Here's the best part. It includes assigned seating along the parade route, food and drinks, and we'll see you there. By the way, our live coverage of the Battle of the Flowers Parade begins during GMSA at 9 this morning. We'll hope you'll join us.
If you are wondering where Stephanie and Mark were, that's where they are. They're getting ready to host the parade live here on KSAT. So we'll be checking with them here in the next hour or so, see how they're doing this morning, handling all the drizzle.
The time right now is 5:09, 74 degrees outside.
Hey, just ahead, why the future of TikTok doesn't look so good here in the U.S.
Plus, it was a big night for the NFL draft. Up next, we'll tell you about the record that was set last night in Detroit.
And once again, outside with live cam, looks a little dreary out there right now, but if you're getting up and getting ready to go to the Battle of Flowers, grab an umbrella, but, you know, take your positive spirit with you and everything will work out.
And as we head to break, we want to share with you some of the sounds from last night's Battle of the Flowers Band Festival. Welcome back. The first round picks of this year's NFL draft have started in Detroit. ABC's Andrew Dimbert with a sneak peek on today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look,
Detroit! What up?
The NFL draft having its moment in Detroit.
With the first pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams.
The Chicago Bears seizing their opportunity to draft Heisman-winning quarterback Caleb Williams first overall. Fans in Chicago jubilant at their home stadium.
We're going to hit a home run on Caleb Williams, and it's going to be everything that we wanted it to be.
The old Bears are gone. This is the new Bears. Bear down, baby. Let's go!
On a night full of emotion, it was a quarterback-heavy first round, a record 5 QBs taken in the first 10 selections.
The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more highlights from the 2024 NFL Draft. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The Cowboys drafted a lineman, by the way. They traded down and drafted a lineman.
Oh,
in case you were
so
wondering.
you were watching.
So, no, I just read it this morning again. Stay up that late for that.
Time right now, 5:14, 74 degrees out there. It is expected to be muggy, so don't even worry about that hairspray.
All right, look around town on the roads. Looks pretty good right now. No accidents to tell you about so far. We'll keep.
Dad, are you certain this is going to work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, count me in. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
All right, it's a big day, and we are getting ready for the Battle of the Flowers Parade. This is a live look outside. We will have previews all morning long right here on GMSA.
You know, there's one car going down the street. That won't be happening here about 10 o'clock in the morning. We can remind you, though, there's a lot of construction downtown, and if you're used to parking in the same spot, you've been parking there for like the last 10 years.
Don't count on it. Yeah.
May not be there today, so you might have to make some adjustments. So think about that as you get ready to leave, as we look at more traffic going downtown.
Just a few cars there at 90 and 36. Actually, there's a lot of cars, like you said. It's starting to pick up, but so far no accidents to report.
Maybe some people are going to the office early, get their work in before they head downtown for the parade. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Could be.
Good parking spot.
Yeah, get the parking spot. That's very important, right? Yes, so monitoring the roads, monitoring the radar, because patchy drizzle is pretty much a given this morning. Very similar to what we've seen over the past several mornings, because you guessed it, the humidity is still in place, and that's not going anywhere even into the upcoming weekend. So for the Battle of Flowers, really ahead of the Battle of Flowers, over the next several hours, yes, some patchy drizzle expected, and we also will monitor for a shower or two to pop up closer to the San Antonio area, generally through about 9 to 10 o'clock this morning. Then as we look ahead to Flambeau tomorrow, a lot quieter when it comes to any rain chances, looking pretty dry, but it is going to be breezy, warm, and humid with that mugginess sticking around. Then as we look ahead to our Sunday, that's our next best chance to find some scattered rain and even a couple of thunderstorms, some of which could be strong. So increasing rain chances before the upcoming weekend is over. So let's talk all about it. Again, right now, just a little bit of mist, maybe some drizzle in spots across south central Texas. We have been monitoring this broken line of rain and a stray rumble of thunder or two that's been approaching the Junction area well off to our northwest. That's really been weakening and fizzling out, which is good news in terms of not wanting to see a ton of rain during parade time. Of course, we would love to see rain, but we just don't want the rain during the parade time. So that is continuing to weaken as it tracks eastward. Still, it would not hurt to take the umbrella or at least the rain poncho with you if you are planning on heading out this morning. Just overall times of dampness with that patchy drizzle and mist expected throughout the morning hours. Into this afternoon, just an isolated chance for a stray shower or storm. I think it's possible we see a few breaks in the cloud cover, but then watch what happens here as we look ahead to your Saturday morning. Very similar to today. The humidity in place, so once again the low-level cloud cover rolls back in. Some more patchy drizzle and mist expected to kickstart our Saturday. A few peaks of sunshine expected by late afternoon. Then by flambeau time, just breezy, warm, and humid. Maybe a stray shower or storm late Saturday night, but it's into the early morning hours of our Sunday where we will be monitoring for a broken line of rain and thunderstorms to develop off of a dry line that's positioned over West Texas. This looks to track eastward and move into parts of our region early Sunday morning. This is a snapshot for what our radar could look like by 7 a.m. And it is possible that some of this activity could be strong to maybe even severe. So we'll call it a 30% potential this morning, just a 20% potential tomorrow, but bumping up to a 60% chance into Sunday with isolated rain chances continuing into next week. So a lot to monitor as we look ahead to the upcoming weekend and the days that follow. Until then, muggy right now, temperatures in the 70s for many of us. 73 at 8 a.m., 75 at 10 o'clock, 77 expected at noon. Again, a few breaks in the cloud cover possible later on this afternoon. A high temperature topping off near 84 degrees. A few wind gusts upwards of 30 to even 35 miles per hour possible tomorrow. So know that it will be breezy as well as warm and humid. 80s continue into next week. And again, we've got those isolated chances for rain as well. We'll be right back after the break.
For you TikTok fans and users, TikTok's owner ByteDance says it would reportedly prefer to shut down the app rather than sell it. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, TikTok officially responding to that potential U.S. ban signed into law by President Biden this week. It requires TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, to sell the app within 9 months due to national security concerns. But overnight, ByteDance said it has no plans to sell the app. Instead, it's planning to fight the ban in court. Offensive words will now be automatically filtered out from your feeds on Threads, just like Instagram. Users can also customize the feature by adding specific words, phrases, and emojis they prefer not to see. And finally, Adobe has unveiled an experimental artificial intelligence feature to sharpen videos and pictures. Adobe says it can sharpen blurry videos at up to 8 times their original resolution. There's no guarantee the feature will ever be offered to consumers, though. Now, if images can't be sharpened, wouldn't that make pictures pointless? Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Oh, Andrew. Always got one of those every now and then.
Time right now, 5:26, 73 degrees out there. Beautiful day, but it's going to be a little muggy.
All right, let's check your lottery numbers before we go to break. Pick 3, 5, 8, 4. Fireball is 6. Your daily 4 is 3, 2, 7, 3. Fireball 4. Your cash 5. 13, 23, 24, 30, 34. Texas two-step, 18, 21, 26, 34, 35. And that's it.
Viva Fiesta! We are getting ready for our KSAT watch party for the Battle of Flowers Parade. You can either join us in person, tickets are still available, gates open at 9 a.m. or hey, we'll be live here for GMSA at 9, or you can watch our live parade coverage of Battle of the Flowers starting at 10. Viva Fiesta!
You are looking live at a portion of the parade route. Battle of Flowers just moments away. It is a big day. We're getting ready for the Battle of Flowers parade. We've got previews all morning long. That's where Stephanie and Mark Austin are. Getting ready.
And a reminder that you can still get your tickets for the Battle of the Flowers parade. All you have to do is scan that QR code right there. Your tickets will include seating, so you don't have to fight that, along the parade route, food and drinks.
It's always such a fun time to go out there to those watch parties with everybody. Like, everyone's just such a fun mood. You got the music.
Yeah. Lots of flowers. Pictures. Yeah.
Confetti eggs, all the things.
A lot of humidity.
A lot of humidity. Yeah, that's going to be the theme this morning for sure. We might have some of that confetti sticking to our foreheads here and there because of all of the moisture in place. Let's take a look outside at current conditions right now. On the far right-hand side, we have the relative humidity. You can see that those percentages are elevated this morning. You are feeling that mugginess when you are stepping outside. It is a little breezy in spots. We've got winds out of the south-southeast about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And check out those temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Yes, a very humid start to this Battle of Flowers Friday. We will be monitoring for some patchy drizzle to develop as a result over the next couple of hours, maybe a shower or two ahead of the Battle of Flowers parade, generally through about 10 a.m. Then just the cloud cover holding on through lunchtime. A few peaks of sun not completely ruled out into the afternoon, but really the mugginess is going to be the story this morning. A few damp spots with some of that drizzle and mist out there. Temperatures climbing into the upper 70s by noon, 77 as we take a look here at your KSAT 12-hour forecast. 84 degrees right now. The forecast high temperature with mostly cloudy skies later on today. As we look ahead to this weekend, the Flambeau tomorrow evening, warm and breezy. We could see a little bit of drizzle develop tomorrow morning ahead of those plans. High temperatures once again in the mid 80s there as well. But looking ahead to our Sunday, we do need to mention there is the potential to find some scattered rain and thunderstorms. This is our next best chance to find some rain out there on authority radar, and some of those storms could be strong. So we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that coming up in just a few, guys.
All right, taking a look at your traffic authority out there. This is at 410 and Jackson Keller. Look at that. Not a lot of traffic out there, but there are a few cars at 5:30 in the morning. That's pretty early. They're probably all headed into downtown for the festivities today. So
just checked out a lot of the TransGuide cameras. Really nothing going on, but just simple driving.
Great day to head to work if you have to head to work today.
Of course, there's going to be a lot of changes on the roads in San Antonio this weekend because of all the Fiesta events.
Yeah, RJ Marquez shows us where to go and what to avoid if you don't want to be caught in Fiesta traffic.
Well, we are getting set for Fiesta weekend here, and that includes the Battle of Flowers Parade and, of course, Fiesta Flambeau to commemorate this year's Fiesta events. We're going to have thousands of people in the downtown area, so there will be some street closures there. Let's kind of break this all down before you make your way out to these two major parades. First of all, this is a 2.6-mile route that goes through downtown San Antonio for Battle of Flowers. The closures will start at 8 a.m. on Friday morning for the Fiesta Flambeau. Closures are going to start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So let's take a look at the route here. We're going to start things off for both parades out there in North Main Avenue at the San Antonio College area. Going to come down to Lexington, St. Mary's, right there to Brooklyn. Right there is where KSAT 12 is, and then a little bit further south on Brooklyn right there. As we get to the lower parts of the parade route, we do see that our KSAT Insider Party is actually part of the route here, Avenue E and 6th Street. And so we're going to go from Avenue E to Alamo Plaza to Commerce Street, past San Fernando Cathedral to Santa Rosa, and then ending things out there at Santa Rosa and West Martin. So again, these closures will be in place throughout a big parts of the day on Friday morning into the early afternoon, and of course Saturday evening into early Sunday morning. If you need more information on these closures and more information on Fiesta in general, head over to KSAT.com, and Viva Fiesta. Be safe, y'all.
Jay, the suspect in a case of road rage involving a school bus has died. According to Bexar County Sheriff's deputies, 43-year-old Richard Mumford was speeding and weaving in and out of traffic Wednesday on Highway 90 West. They tell us he hit 3 vehicles before he crashed into the back of that pre-K for SA school bus. Fortunately, no children were on board. Mumford was severely injured and then taken to the hospital, where he later passed away. The Supreme Court now considering former President Donald Trump's legal defense that he has absolute immunity from alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
ABC's Jay O'Brien tells us about possible delays in his trial.
This morning, the Supreme Court weighing former President Trump's unprecedented claim, absolute presidential immunity. The argument a president can never face criminal prosecution for anything they do in office linked to their official duties.
Without presidential immunity from criminal prosecution, there can be no presidency as we know it.
The claim central to Trump's defense in the January 6th case brought by special counsel Jack Smith. Trump asserting many of the election interference efforts Smith alleges were official acts. Liberal justices not buying the argument.
Framers did not put an immunity clause into the Constitution. Wasn't the whole point that the president was not a monarch and the president was not supposed to be above the law?
Responding to Justice Sotomayor, Trump's attorney arguing a president assassinating a political rival they view as corrupt could even qualify as an official act and not be subject to criminal prosecution. But conservatives on the court, while not fully embracing Trump's defense, maintaining a president needs some protections from prosecution.
He makes a mistake, he's subject to the criminal laws just like anybody else. You don't think he's in a peculiarly precarious position?
Playing out at the same time, Trump's alleged Stormy Daniels hush money trial in New York, where former National Enquirer editor David Pecker testified ahead of the 2016 election. The magazine bought a story about the former president's alleged affair with a Playboy model and buried it, a tactic known as catch and kill. Trump has pleaded not guilty in the case.
Ultimately, if the justices choose to send this matter back down to the trial court, as some appeared ready to do, that would mean significant delays for Trump's election interference case. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
This morning, TikTok's Chinese parent company said it won't sell the social media platform as a United States ban looms. This is the first official response from the Beijing-based company on the issue since President Joe Biden signed a bill that could lead to a nationwide ban. Now, under the current U.S. law, TikTok is now forced to find a new owner within months or be banned from the United States entirely. TikTok's CEO said the company would fight in the courts to stay online in the U.S. Now, so far, a number of countries have banned officials from downloading TikTok onto their phones, but the U.S. law is one of the most sweeping measures taken so far.
Meantime, everyone deserves a second chance, and this next story shows why that is so important.
Back in 2019, we told you about a man named Jaime Lopez Jr. Police arrested him for aggravated robbery. Now, as John Paul Barajas reports, he's in the news again, but this time for something good.
Doing different cooking jobs throughout my career.
And so this has been your go-to spot ever since?
Yeah, for sure. This is actually my main means of employment at the moment.
Jaime Lopez Jr.'s story is so much more than him getting back on his feet and landing a job as a cook at Nola's Brunch and Beignets. That's just the beginning of his second chance.
Once I was introduced into methamphetamine, it was all downhill from there.
Lopez began struggling with substance abuse in 2016 when he was 22 years old.
I had an episode of drug-induced psychosis, and from there, the sky was the limit. I was delusional.
And then in January of 2019, police arrested Lopez for aggravated robbery.
The gang unit task force pulled up on me. I think it was the gang unit specifically because they handled dangerous individuals. And at that time, I was classified as a dangerous individual.
He was in jail for 18 months. He tells us his time behind bars and rehab made him want to change, but missing the birth of his first child made him realize he had to.
You went from being on SAPDs, be on the lookout for this guy, to look out, I want to do something with my life.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I definitely did. But it wasn't through I had a lot of help.
Now, not only is he working, he's also taking classes at St. Philip's College and getting a wide-ranging background in STEM.
I currently hold a 3.6, so I'm on target to basically graduate with honors.
His work landed him a spot in the NASA Community College Aerospace Scholars Program, the one that's tasked him with organizing a trip to Mars for astronauts.
Day one, immediately, I'm talking to NASA personnel. I'm doing events, I'm doing meetings, and they're very encouraging on everything that they say. They make you feel inspired.
Lopez hopes to graduate from St. Philip's in 2025 and continue his education at UT Austin. His goal is to intern at NASA.
Why was it so important for you to reach out to us, knowing we had done stories about your troubled past?
So a lot of people have troubled pasts, and I feel that they become their own worst enemies in that sense because they will self-doubt themselves before trying to achieve something great.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Congratulations to him for making his mistakes right.
Great story. 540, 74 degrees.
Fiesta and wildflowers seem to just go together nicely. Next in this week's Gardening with KSAT, the common ones you see and how to plant them in your garden.
Outside with live cam, we'll have to ask Mia here in a little while if we should take like a little towel to wipe our seat off when we get to the
Oh, that's a good
parade, right?
idea.
You know,
Yeah.
or are you just sit in mist, I guess. Welcome back. It is 5:43. Fiesta season doesn't just mean our city is covered in bright colored paper flowers, but it's also bursting with native wildflowers.
In this Gardening with KSAT, Sarah Acosta shows us how to identify native flowers and how you can plan to plant them in your garden.
You got it.
Viva Fiesta! I love Fiesta season, but I really love how nature decorates for Fiesta with all of its wildflowers. Just pick any road and you'll find them. I'm going to show you how to identify some of the common wildflowers we're seeing in our area right now, and also how to plant them in your garden come this fall. Texas thistle, big spiny leaves that produce beautiful pom-pom-like purple flowers. One of my favorites, tick seed, yellow with a bleeding middle. Indian blanket, it looks like it sounds. A blanket of red, yellow, and orange. Mexican hat, you'll remember it because it looks like a sombrero. Definitely Fiesta ready. Wine cup, my kind of girl. She looks like a glass of your favorite wine. Meet Wine Cup's happy hour bestie, pink evening rose. She looks like a rosé girly to me. Texas prickly poppy, similar leaves to the thistle, then bam, it stuns you with these big white poppy blooms. If you want to grow these in your garden next year, only pick them once the flower heads have dried out. Leave them in a paper bag, then collect the seeds and sow them in November. Rainbow Garden sells native seed packs or even some via transplant. Happy gardening, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
544, 74 degrees.
All right, taking a look outside around San Antonio, that's 35, actually 281 at Bassi. Traffic looking perfect out there if you're heading out to downtown to the festivities or just to get some coffee this morning. Welcome back. It's Friday and it's a big day. We are getting ready for the Battle of the Flowers Parade. This is a live look. It looks like the VIP section. I don't know who's supposed to be
Well, those
sitting
are some
there.
fancy chairs, too. Those just aren't your ordinary chairs on the street right there.
This is on Avenue E between Brooklyn and 6th Street. This is the parade route for this morning.
They're getting ready to block off some streets right there, too. So
Yeah, look, the vendors are all set up.
Get ready.
Maybe we can get a chicken on a stick today.
Ooh. Ooh. Really?
You hungry?
Now I am. New crash test results are in, and only 1 out of 10 small SUVs tested got a good rating.
12 on your sides, Marilyn Moore. It shows us what happened when test cars drove at high speeds towards motorcycles.
This is how it's supposed to work. Thanks to the beeps and automatic braking system, this car stops on its own in time.
Now we're raising the bar by increasing the speed and adding a motorcycle and large truck target.
Those can be the deadliest rear-end crashes for the people in the car hitting a semi or the cyclist slammed by a car. So the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested 10 small SUVs. Watch as this Subaru Forester barrels toward the bike at 37 miles an hour. The Subaru was the only one to earn a good rating.
The evaluation is based on the vehicle's ability to provide an appropriate warning to the driver, as well as its ability to mitigate or avoid a crash.
Now watch this Chevy Equinox at 31 miles an hour. It barely slows down and strikes the motorcycle crash test dummy. The Equinox got a poor rating. Same for the Mazda CX-5, the Mitsubishi Outlander, and the Volkswagen Taos. All got overall poor ratings. 2 popular SUVs, the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4, got acceptable ratings. Front crash protection systems are effective. Data shows they've cut crashes in half, but these crash tests show there's room for improvement. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
That's why TransGuide always puts up those messages, share the road with the motorcycles or whatever. They talk about
Yeah.
pay attention so you can't hardly see
Gotta look out
motors
for them this morning. Look at that traffic out there. No, not traffic. It's picking up at 90 and 36.
Fog or drizzle, or both?
Probably a little bit of both.
So my question was.
Yep. Let's hear it.
Should we take a little towel and wipe off our seat when we get to?
I think that's not a bad idea, if I'm being honest. A few sprinkles, some mist, and a little bit of drizzle, that is expected here this morning because of all of the moisture in place. So a lot of times when we talk about drizzle and that mist, sometimes the water particles, they're either too fine for the radar to pick up, or sometimes they fall below the radar beam when it's scanning the sky. So we look at visibility values to see where some of that heavier mist and drizzle is setting in. Right now, not too bad here in San Antonio and surrounding areas, but as you get into western Bexar County and even near Castroville along Highway 90, we are starting to see some of those visibilities drop. So that's where we could be seeing some of that mist right now. And here's the reason, exactly what we've been talking about all morning long, this humidity that you are going to feel the second you step out the door, hair in a ponytail type of day. Those dew points in the upper 60s and low 70s, very much in that muggy to even oppressive range. And here's the thing, that humidity, it's not going anywhere. As we head into the upcoming weekend and even into next week, you are still going to feel that moisture. So big picture, low pressure system well off to our north, a dry line off to our west. Those are going to be the two driving factors of increasing storm chances before the weekend is over. So let's talk about it and time it out here on your Futurecast. Again, this morning, really just patchy drizzle to maybe a stray shower possible through about 10 a.m. Then into the afternoon, just an isolated chance it's possible we see a few breaks in some of that cloud cover. Into Saturday, once again, what we've seen this morning and the past several mornings, the low-level cloud cover rolls back in, some more drizzle and mist to kickstart the day, some peaks of sun into the late afternoon. Flambeau looking pretty dry out there, maybe a stray shower or storm very late Saturday night. But the better chance for finding rain and thunderstorm activity moves in very early Sunday morning. Here's a snapshot of what the Futurecast could look like around 2 a.m. Notice especially out west near Rock Springs, stretching over to Lakey. This is Sunday morning. We are anticipating a broken line of rain and thunderstorms to develop off of that dry line. It's going to track eastward and move into parts of south central Texas Sunday morning. Some of this activity potentially could be strong to severe. So enjoy your Fiesta this weekend, but just know by Sunday morning that's something we will be monitoring for you. So check back in. Isolated storm chances continue into next week. Until then, 74 degrees right now, muggy with the dew point near 70. It is a little breezy out there with winds out of the southeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. 30% chance for a stray shower or two this morning, 77 at noon. A high temperature topping off in the mid 80s. Tomorrow for Flambeau, by the way, it is going to be a little breezy out there. Some wind gusts upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour possible. That rain chance Sunday morning, and then isolated storm chances into next week. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning. It is great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on Donald Trump's historic legal battles simultaneously playing out in a criminal court in New York and at the Supreme Court. The justices grilled his lawyers as they present their case for absolute immunity as his criminal defense team prepares to cross-examine former National Enquirer boss David Pecker. Then, as many high school students and their parents face college commitment day, more protests erupted on campuses nationwide. One California school even had to cancel graduation. And GMA is going green this morning. We've got the right stuff with eco-friendly upgrades for your closet. And I'm going to take you to the grocery store where consuming less can't happen because we need food, but we could do it sustainably and on a budget.
It is 5:57. You still have time to get your tickets for the Battle of Flowers Parade happening here in just a few hours. All you have to do is scan that QR code on your screen right there. Your ticket includes assigned seating along the parade route, food, drinks, and yes, your own private porta potty. Well, you have to share it with other insiders, but it's not out on the street. And after the parade, you make sure to keep it right here on KSAT 12. You won't want to miss the SA Live Battle of Flowers after party. It's happening from 1 till 2. Mike Osterhage will be a part of all the fun, and so will our own. Can I tell them you're going to be a part of that, Mia?
Go for it.
Okay, you're going to be a part of that as well. All right, Trans Guide, as we take it a break. Not too bad right now. We know a lot of folks are going to be headed downtown, though. So you might want to leave a little early with all that construction going on. We'll be right back.